Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this uh, fluffy bunny, and it's a commissioned piece, and the owner had sadly lost this Bella the bunny, and it's really sad to lose a pet, but you can have a keepsake as a reminder forever. And I'm lucky to have got this commission because I really loved the pictures that she showed me, and I wanted to make it. So I'm starting off with the head, and it doesn't have to be the life size, so I'm making a small one. I'm shaping the head with cordial slivers as usual, and right from the beginning, I'm trying to give it a bit of shape so I know where I have to build the eyes and the forehead and the mouth, and then I'm going to build up on that after it's nice and firm. So just take a ball, and now I'm shaping it, making a little triangle with a little bit of wool, and that goes on top of the forehead. And I had marked where the eyes are gonna be, so it's better to put in the eyes first so you can build up on that, and they have to be symmetrical. So I'm using this awl tool, putting the plastic eyes in, and when I know that they're in the good place, I'm going to glue them on. And then I'm going to build up on the shape of the face. So this is the nose, and I've got the bunny's pictures right in front of me, so I know the shape. And another triangle that goes on to the cheek. And as I've put the eyes in first, I know exactly where to place the cheek. So it's basically making three triangles. One goes on to the forehead and two for the cheeks, and it's a very chubby and fluffy bunny. So I'm trying to get the shape right, and very prominent mouth. Because it's going to be covered with fur, I have to get the shape right underneath the fur. So I'm adding little bits of wool to define the mouth right underneath the nose. If you've got pictures in front of you, it helps a lot. Once the head is done, I'm moving on to the body, and again the same cordial sliver, just rolled it into a cylindrical shape, and just big enough for the head. And you can always build up on that shape. So I'm attaching the head to the body, and then I'm gonna see if I need more wool added to the body. So I have to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm adding more wool to the chest, because as it was a cylindrical shape, I could see a bit of a hollow space in it. So I'm adding more wool to the chest. And now more to the back side, because it's a chubby, rounded bunny. So I'm adding more wool to the back part using my multi-tool, and multi-tools make it easier and faster. adding more wool until I'm happy with the shape, and it has a rounded bottom, so and you have to keep in mind that the thighs are gonna be there as well. So looking at the pictures, I thought that I have to add more wool to the forehead and the head. So I'm working on that. And you have to use your fingers along the way to shape your piece, and it helps a lot in shaping. Now with a very thin piece of wool, I'm going right around the eyes. So these are going to be the edges of the eyes. And I'm going to shape them and cut off the extra bits. Now for the color, as I can see in the pictures, it's brown and gray and black. So I'm just mixing them up with my hands. And with a black thin piece, I'm going around the insides of the eyes, so it's just around the plastic eyes and inside the white part that I had added, so you get the shape like a eye sort of a shape, the almond shape. Adding more white so it forms a little bit of an eyelid. We're going to have fur all around it, so it's better to define it right now. For the nose, I'm using a very light pink color and going right around where the top triangle was attached, so you can see the shape of the nose. And I'm using my awl tool just to make the little holes, the nostrils. And now the fun part begins, adding color. So just around the nose, I'm adding some color before I start adding the fur, so there are no white bits. So fur, we take some wool and attach it right in the middle, then fold it over and go around it with our needle until it's nice and secure. So place the wool and attach in a line right in the middle. Fold it over, do that again, and it's better to cut as you go, because if you add fur, it's going to be really difficult to give it any shape when it's all done. So it's better to go along, keep shaping and cutting. So we have to go along with the shape of the cheeks, this on this side, and the fur goes downwards. So that's how you attach it, adding a little black mouth right underneath the chin. For the ears, I'm using very thin piece of Cordell slivers and I've made two triangle, and I've taken a very thin piece because I'm going to add fur to it, and then it's going to become really thick. So I just need a little base. So I'm shaping the ears. And once they're done, I'm going to attach fur to them. So this is the inner part, attaching pink and color to it, and on the other edge I'm going to start adding fur. Right from the top. You can add the color to the inner parts afterwards as well, because I just started off and I think it's better to add it later, because the wool comes out from the other end anyways, and then you can just stab it down, adding pink color after the ears are done. So now you can see I've got 2 ears, and as usual they're too big, so I'm gonna cut from the lower end and make them the right size. Just have to see where the ears are gonna be placed using pins. Put them in the right place, and then I'm going to stab them down. After the ears are done, I've added more fur to the head, and again the behind of the rabbit seems small because now you can see that with the fur added the head looks a lot bigger. And as the ears are thick and fluffy, they really have to be stabbed down. Now this bunny has a fleck sideways. I'm trying to copy that, some light brown color. Now the hands and the feet are going to be right at the bottom, and they won't be very visible. I'm using black color to make them, and I've given two cuts to the little shape, the square shape that I had made with black wool, and then I'm shaping the little toes. So I'm going to make 4 of these, 2 for the hind legs and 2 for the forelegs. So it's just black wool, and I've rolled it into a tiny circle, and I'm felting it around the little foot that I had made. So these are going to form a little base and little legs. So they won't be attached right to the body, but they'll have a little base to them. Adding color to the bottom, so when you turn it over, it doesn't have a white core wool sticking out. So at this stage, it needs a bit of a trim on the face, and the feet are attached. It can stand. So I've added fur, the black fur to the back, and I tried not to make it too fluffy because I always end up making things too fluffy. I'm adding color because in the picture you can see It has strands of long fur on the sides. It's a really nice and unique bunny. So I'm trying to add those strands of fur. It's like a frill going around the bunny. I thought I should give it a little bit of a tail as well. So I just felt it a rounded shape and I'm attaching it to the bottom right underneath the fur. And now going to give it a good trim. And I've used my scissors as well as a pet hair trimmer, and I got a really cheap one on eBay, and it works really well. It has around 4 heads, and I just got it for £15, so it's really good. So with all this trimming, you can see the bunny now done, and it's off to her owners, and I hope she likes her bunny. And thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again in another project. Thank you.